I've spent decades testing simple health habits most people ignore, and what I'm about to tell you surprised even me. Because I tried something for just 7 days, something so small, so ordinary. I almost didn't take it seriously. But by day 3, my body started responding in ways I couldn't ignore. And if you're over 50, this might matter more than you think. I didn't suddenly feel younger. I didn't wake up transformed. But something subtle changed, and for an aging body, subtle changes can make a big difference. Let me explain. After years of paying attention to how my body reacts to food, there's one thing I notice immediately: digestion. That heavy feeling after meals. That slow, uncomfortable fullness. That lack of energy that follows even a normal portion. And here's what caught me off guard. After just a few days, that heaviness started easing. Not disappearing, but softening. My stomach felt calmer, lighter, less burdened. And when digestion improves even slightly, your entire day feels different. But then something else happened, something most people don't expect. The bloating. You know, that tight, swollen feeling after eating. It didn't vanish overnight, but it became less noticeable. Less distracting. Less uncomfortable. And if you're over 60, you know this isn't about perfection, it's about relief. Now here's where it gets interesting. Because the biggest surprise wasn't in my stomach, it was in my mouth and throat. Within days, I noticed something unusual. My mouth felt cleaner, fresher. My throat felt warm, soothed, almost protected. That dry, irritated feeling in the morning, it wasn't as strong. And that's when I realized, this wasn't just about digestion. There was something deeper happening. But here's the part most people completely misunderstand. This only worked because I used very little. That's where people go wrong. They think more is better. It's not. In fact, more can ruin everything. By day 4, I understood something important. This isn't a do more, get more situation. This is a do less, get better results habit. And that's especially true after 50, when the body becomes less tolerant of extremes. Now let me tell you what I believe was actually happening. First, digestive support. Less heaviness. Less sluggishness. More comfort after meals. Second, reduced bloating. Not eliminated, but clearly less irritating. Third, mouth and throat comfort. That warm, soothing effect stayed consistent. And fourth, something most people overlook. Cloves are extremely concentrated. Tiny, but powerful. Once you experience that intensity, you understand why traditional remedies always respected them. But here's the truth nobody tells you: this is not a miracle. And that's exactly why it works. Because instead of chasing dramatic results, it improves something more important. Daily comfort. You feel slightly better after eating. Slightly more at ease. Slightly less irritated. And over time, those small improvements add up. Now let's talk about the mistake you must avoid. Because this is where most people fail. They treat it like something sweet. They take too much. They repeat it multiple times a day. That's a bad idea. Honey is still sugar. Cloves are still strong. Too much can turn something helpful into something harsh. What worked for me was simple. Half a teaspoon of honey. A tiny pinch of ground cloves. Mixed well. Taken slowly. That's it. No overload. No exaggeration. Just consistency. And that's why it stayed effective. Because after 60, the body doesn't reward extremes, it responds to balance. Now here's the real takeaway. After 7 days, I didn't become a different person. But I noticed 4 meaningful changes. My digestion felt lighter. My bloating felt less noticeable. My throat felt calmer. And my mouth felt fresher. And if you're older, you already know, these are the exact small discomforts that quietly drain your energy every day. So when something reduces them even slightly, it matters. A lot. Because aging well isn't about dramatic transformations. It's about making everyday life feel easier. And sometimes, the simplest habits do that best. So if you've ever heard about cloves and honey before, or if someone older in your life swears by it, now you know why. Not because it's magical, but because it's quietly effective.